Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristen or K.Hong Hobbies. Today we are going to be doing part 2 of my 2026 Hobonichi Avec journal planner, whatever you want to call it. In part 1, I did some of the non-reading journal things, so a lot of my trackers that I do. If you haven't seen that, I'll put the link here in the bio so you can take a look at that. But today we are going to be working on the reading journal side of this. So last year, let me see if I can show you. So last year in my cousin, this big old thing, I tracked kind of everything in one place, and it was back and forth between reading things and non-reading things. The year before in 2023, what year are we in? The year before in 2024, I did a separate book journal with then the smaller Hobonichi. And so I went from having 2 separate journals to having one, but kind of all over the place, to now hopefully having it a little bit more organized. That's the goal in here. What I've done is I have the reading part in the first half and then the other trackers in the second half. And I'm hoping that I'll kind of just like flip through as I'm going along, and it'll like actually I'll be on top of tracking everything. I feel like I've done a pretty good job this year, but it's just not as much as I want. Like I like the tracking just kind of all in one place. So like, for example, I have, can you see this? I have the books read here. For every book I read, I put it out on my HB Sprocket, but then I don't have anything for a little bit, like at all. I tried to do a reading challenge, didn't work. It's me, not the challenge. And yeah, like I have to go past all of my sticker colors to then finally, I was like, oh shoot, maybe I should be tracking reading more. And I have like just penciled in books I read per month, books I see on the train. I technically need to put in favorite book of the month here is what that says. And I haven't done that. Library savings I have in here, and that's it. So I wanted to do a little bit more, like I said, organized. And so I'll show you what I have. I have everything penciled in. But yeah, we'll go through that. Okay. I have everything penciled in my new journal, and so I'll show you that. I'll flip through it, and then we'll kind of just do it all together, and then at the end, I'll flip through all of the finished pages. So if you don't want to stay along, that's totally fine. Flip to the end. I'll have the timestamps here, but I would love to have you journal along with me, and as I'm talking about my planner, journal, whatever you want to call it, and doing this, I would love to have you. But I also understand time is of the essence. We're almost to the end of 2025. If you're planning your 2026 journal and just want to see the results and get some ideas, you can go ahead and skip to the end. But if you're here for the whole process, let's get started. Like I mentioned, here are all of my books read this was for the first half. This was January to June. And this was July to December. It just turned out that way. I am not up to date. I still have some November books I need to put in here and then some December books. So I'll definitely run out of room again. And I am a little bit nervous about that. So what I've tried to combat is then do a Q1 books read, which is January to March, right? January, February, March. And then Q2, April to June. So I'm hoping that this will be enough that I can kind of spread everything out and not feel like I run out of room and have to create an extra flip out. So I also named it Q1 just because that feels very businessy, but it's just an even way to say what the months are. So I did the same. I'll probably do similar, no, probably not similar colors. I don't know, but it won't be too fancy just because this is so colorful. I feel like I don't actually need to make this too much just because the covers speak for themselves. So we'll do that as well. All right, we're just gonna do these first since it should be nice and easy just doing these. Shoot, I honestly kind of feel like I just want it to be in black, like just in my Funosuke. I know that's boring, but again, like I mentioned, all of the covers will be here, and I just feel like that is gonna bring out all of the colors, so I feel like I don't really need to do much. What I think I will do though is is just make this, sorry, I can't put this. What I will do is I think I'll just make this bold, and that'll bring a little bit extra. So like I mentioned, my goal for 2026 is 55 books again. I felt like that was a really achievable goal. I did, in fact, go over, which is nice. And that's part of the reason why I also want to do like the different types of books, because I want to see if like I went through an audiobook phase or an ebook phase, which yes, the answer is yes to both of those. I have been a big Kindle girly this year just because I take the train into work a lot. And so I'm trying to be off of my phone, and reading does that for me. Like I can read on the train, thankfully. And yeah, I do love me a physical book, obviously, but I have discovered that I'm not really much of a hardback reader. It's hard for me to get into them, pun intended. But I obviously will do it if I need to, if like that's the only way I can read a specific book. But what I'll try and do is get it on ebook from my library, and that usually works. I guess, oh shoot, I didn't have the library tracker in here, did I? I wonder if, I mean, I don't think it'll fit. So I wonder if there's another place I can track it. We'll have to see. Maybe in the back? Dude, I haven't even looked at the back of this. What am I doing? Make these a little more serify. Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that was so thick. That's fine. See, this is the problem. I go fast after a while. Just can't do that. Slow and steady. Okay. Oh. And Q2, same thing. I thought about doing different fonts, but I honestly like the fact that these fonts are the same, because I just feel like it's a continuation instead of like something brand new. Does that make sense? I don't know. Okay. So. Okay. I think this is just my own idea of a font. I don't think I got this. You know what? Maybe I did get this from Pinterest. On Pinterest, I have a board just called fonts that I love. Anytime I need inspiration for fonts, that's where I go. So for my monthlies especially, I'll find my monthly title there. So I want to say, actually, now that I think about it, I think this was like the typewriter font I found on there. Sometimes I get nice and specific. So for this one, I think I wanted it to be like book font, you know? And so I searched either like book font or typewriter font, if I remember correctly. Okay. All right, not as thick this time, Krista. I even went slow and I think it was thick. The O's, the like roundedness for me is sometimes hard. I don't know if that's just me. It's like misleadingly simple, you know? you think it's gonna be very easy to like make the O, because it's just, oh, it's a circle, but nope. Cool, love it. I'll erase stuff later. Then a new one for this year that I've done in my book journals in the past are just a book counter. So these are just little squares. I don't know if you can see that, but it's literally just gonna have the numbers of the books, and 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. I think I have 36 here. Does that make sense? Yeah, because my goal for next year is gonna be 55 books again. I ended up reading, so far I think I'm at 68, I wanna say. And so this should be enough for hopefully the first half. But if I need to add more, I can. But this is my first time doing it in this type of planner, so we'll see if I need to add more squares, but I feel like this was a good start. So again, nothing too crazy. I'm thinking out loud right now. In my last book journal, I did it by like how I read the book, so audio, physical, or ebook. And I think I'm gonna do that again. So I might just have a little key down here. The other option is doing it by star rating, so just keeping it in the same color as I would do it over here, but we'll see. I think I want to do the audiobook, ebook, physical. I liked doing that. Plus, it's easier to keep up with. It's only 3 colors, and I'm always curious to see what type of reading has been like interesting for me. I have also seen people do it by month. So January is a different color than February, etc. So we'll see there. But yeah, that's a new one. Okay, this one I'm gonna go in and just do the squares. I think I'm gonna do the same thing if you saw in my, this one, Philly. I'm gonna do the like dotted ones just because I like how that looks. So I'll just go in. I'm gonna just do the boxes first and then I'll go in with the numbers later. Okay. Luckily, this is pretty quick. I was kind of nervous that it was going to take a while, but I think honestly doing the like open box makes it go by faster. I don't know if that's just my, like me gaslighting myself, but then it's not as like neat, which is nice. Like, it's okay if it's not as like even as the actual box would be, if that makes sense. Yeah, see? Oh, as I'm looking on the screen and it's like very uneven. It's fine. Okay. I don't know if there's a better way to do this, but this works for me. So maybe it'll work for you. All right, halfway there. Now it's like, okay, so now that this is almost done, I'm like trying to think about the colors I want for audiobook, ebook, and physical copy. I don't know if I can decide, because it's like last time I did it, I didn't really have tombos. I didn't have as many colors as I do now. And I have a lot more to choose from, which is good and bad, because then I now am like, shoot. Before it's like I literally had my mild liners and I think that's it. And now I have so many choices. All right, let's just put these numbers in real fast. Do I do this way or this way? I think this way. Wow, I can't even count. I think I said I did 36. But maybe I said 32. I genuinely don't remember now. $36, because then it would be 72, and I think that's what I'm on track to read this year. So I think I did that way. Here it is. Yay! Okay, I had to take a break, so sorry if the lighting's a little bit different, but it still looks good. I have finished the numbers, so now I'm just gonna put, it says book counter here. I might just put like number of books maybe, and then total count for January to June. But I still have to put the ebook like colors and stuff, so I actually might do book counter total number and then do the colors here maybe. That's hard. Or do the opposite and really switch it up. No, I like them all on this side. Okay, so let's do this. We'll do book counter, and I'm just gonna do, I think, regular font. Wow, I can't believe I'm freehanding this. Book. Book. Numbers. Sure. And then, oh no, maybe I can do the colors down here. All right, that's what I'll do. And then over here, just regular handwriting too, but I'll underline it. Total count for January to June. We'll go right here. And then I'm gonna underline the colors. So then over here, now is the hard part of what colors do I want. I looked through my big bag of markers and I came up with 3 colors that, 1, I knew I would like seeing them over and over again, and 2, that go together. And funny enough, okay, well, first of all, these are the 3 colors. They're very Powerpuff Girls. So I'm gonna put this here. Problem is they are starting to wear off, but it's like the chartreuse color, something 133 maybe, 290 something for the blue, and 817 for the pink. The pink is the more important part. These 2, I can definitely tell the difference. I don't have any colors similar, but I have a pink that's almost identical, and I know I'm gonna get it messed up. So 817 is that. All right, so then I think I'm gonna do pink for physical, blue for Kindle ebook, and green for audio. Sure. All right, so I'm just gonna go and make little squares here. Okay. blue is kind of hard to see, but that's okay. All right, so we'll do, what did I say? I already forgot. Okay, physical, ebook, and audio. And to do squares there. Awesome. Yay. Okay. Another new one that I've never done, not even in my other book journals, is a TBR, but it's by, can you see this? They're like book spines. So it's like big, but what I saw, shoot, I can't remember who it was now, but it was someone else on YouTube, I think. They did this and it was just outlined until they actually read it, and then they colored it in like it was the book spine itself. So it'll look like that book that you're reading, and I think I'll do that. So what I'll probably do is outline it with my Tombow Funosuke and then still do the writing like it would be on the spine, but then not actually color it until I read it. So that's the goal. I'm doing 13 because it's 2026. I wanted to do half now, half later. 26 TBR for 2026, you know, you get the gist. So that's what this one will be. This one I'm doing again. I know I could technically do it in the other one, but I just like seeing it all in one place like this. So I'll do that again, but for just the first 6 months. So I'm just gonna have the boxes already outlined, not in pencil, because again, if it's in pencil, then it stays in pencil, as we see here. But if I outline it, I feel like I'll be more inclined to actually color it in when I do the regular number as well. So that's the number of books. So just gonna go in and do the squares. These are all pretty simple, if you can't tell, because I wanna make sure that I actually do them. And I think if they're too complicated, I just won't. I know myself, and that's just not gonna be something I do. So I figured the more simple, the simpler, the better. And I'm really enjoying it so far. This one I definitely will be adding color. I don't know how, but, or like where, but definitely somewhere. People just like freehand this and it just blows my mind. Okay. Like I would have gotten that wrong so many times if I didn't have that pencil. Okay. I like that there's a line down the middle-ish of all of them. April, May, June. Yeah, okay. So then we just go in here. This just says number of books. That's not true. It's the books per month. So I think that's what I'll put. Oh gosh. All right, so let me just put per month first. Have I gone in with any color in these yet? Look at these. That's black. Okay. Per month is going to be black. I'm matching the font. Per MONTHN. Okay. And then go in with color for books. It just feels like coffee vibes would be cool. Did I already do sage? I kind of like I'm gonna put the pencil in. Like my idea noise. Books. Really light. Books per month. Okay. I'm actually gonna erase it even more because I really need to not have to erase later. Okay. I did this 1 month and I really liked it. You see the vibe? See what I'm going for? Ooh, yeah! I'll just do 3 colors. Love that! Oh my gosh, that's so cute. And let's outline it. Wow, yeah, I love how this looks. Oh my gosh, love, love, love. Okay, so then, okay. Notice how I say it, okay. I wanna take those 3 colors. It was this like sage 192, and then this one's 942, and then this is a knockoff Cali Art green. These are really pretty, but I want to go in and I think do like leaves and things because it kind of matches the foresty vibes that I'm going for on accident. So let's just do that. I will freehand these just because I feel pretty confident in my leaf drawing, question mark, she says. You can hear that Chris is vacuuming. Oh, that's gonna be a bad bleed through. That's not as bad this year, luckily. How do I draw? I don't want to draw a weed leaf, but I want to do a 3 leaf. Maybe I'll do that in a different color. I want it to go off the page, but I'm afraid of it going to the other page. Okay. Love that. Oh my gosh, I love this. And this was not planned. I just chose these colors and then got the inspo that way. So this was fun. If I never recorded this, I probably never would have gotten these ideas. Thanks, y'all. Then what do I do with this? Do I just do a little? Sure. They're like white roses or something. Tan roses. Love it. Just a little bit more. I think that's good for now. I just need to point out the difference between this year and last year's bleed through. This is not bad at all. Look at that. I mean, you can see it here, but on the page, it's really not bad. Wow. Good job, Hobonichi. This one I did in my reading journal, but I didn't do in my regular one. This is gonna be book bingo. This one's gonna take a little bit of time. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it today in this video, but I definitely have some ideas for it. And I'm excited to see, like, to cross it all off and like how I'll cross it off. But book bingo will go here. Like I showed you before, I do technically have a favorite book of the month page in my 2025 journal, but it's not there. I do have it in a notes app. I know exactly what my favorite books of each month are. I just haven't actually put it in my planner. So what I want to do here is put the favorite book of the month here, like probably print them out since it's just 6. And then I'm going to do a book bracket. I'm going to go back to that because I love the book bracket. But this one is just going to be the first 6. Again, first half of the year. In my July to December, I'll probably do all 12 and just carry it over. But yeah, I want it to be here. Although I guess I could just do, I don't know. We'll get to the July to December. That's a future me problem. But for now, it's just these 6. So January to June. I don't think I'm going to do January, February, March, April. I think I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I've seen people do that and I like that better just because I don't know why, but I think I'll do January, February, March, April, May, June. And then you choose the favorite from those. And then it is a bummer that it's 3 that I have to choose 1 from, but that's okay. And then this will be my favorite for the first half of the year versus the favorite from the second half of the year. Maybe that's what I'll do. We'll see. But yeah, this is great. Over here will be the favorite book of the month. So I'm just going to print those out so I won't put anything here. But then this is the book bracket. So first I'm just going to write the favorite book of the month here. And then we'll do this page after. I have an idea almost immediately of just wanting to use my gold Posca pen, of course. I promise I'm not even sponsored. But I want to use this because it's the favorite book. So I want to have it be like, dun, 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 you know? Okay, so I'll put the words in there. And do I do it sideways or do I do it this way? That's the hard decision. I don't know, but I am gonna do this. I actually have to let that dry. So let's work on the book bracket then. So we'll just do black for the outlines and then see if I want to do color around it. Okay. Again, cannot freehand this at all. I've already mapped it all out to make sure it's even. Okay. And then oh, this has to be, I already messed that up then. It's okay. Y'all don't even know. Oh wait, no, I did. Okay, so let's do, and then this will just be like for later because I don't know the size. I'll do this and this. Centered enough. Okay. Yeah, I definitely need to add color. Okay, so I don't want to take away from it too much, but what I think I'm gonna do is just do a bunch of shapes and then like in color and offset them. You'll see what I mean, but just kind of random things just to add something special to it. So we'll do like some stars. We'll do some swirls, some bursts, things like that, circles. And then offset the outline. See what I have to think about there. We'll put book bracket over here, I think, or somewhere, yeah. So I guess I should keep this blank, actually. Okay. All right, we'll do some bursts. I love this color. What's this color? 685. This might be one of my favorite. No, this might be my favorite color. It for sure is one of my favorites. I should do that. What's y'all's favorite color? That's a Tombow at least. I'm always looking for new ones. different somehow. All right, let's do one more circle maybe. Triangle? No, circle. I feel pretty confident this isn't going to go past that. Okay, so I think that's dry. So now I just go in and outline. So what I do is I offset it. So I go to another side like that. Oh, I didn't think this one through. Yay! Oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, let's finish it up with just book bracket up here in cursive. Nice and simple. Oh my gosh, I love it. Let's do January, February, March, April, May, June. I don't know how I'm gonna know the difference. I just will. I don't know, maybe, hopefully. All right, and let's do, what is this? Favorite book of the month. All right, so should I just do BOTM, like the book of the month club company? Maybe. Let's do it. Book. And then just put favorite. I can't believe I'm freehanding this. Oh no. So close. It's fine. It's fine. I love it. No one is gonna tell anyone that it's not centered and that I meant for it to be like that. Alright, just finish that line. Alright, so I'll do this really lightly. I did them on purpose, don't worry. Wow. It's been so all over the place that I forgot about this one. But this is an A to Z reads. I love this one. I'm gonna be continuing this. What I like about this the most, one is I like the colors that I chose. I think that I like how bright everything is, even if it's just the letters and stuff. And then the titles themselves are just black. I'll continue doing that. And what I did was a little bit, some of them are not as accurate, but I took the font from the covers and I used those as the title. So I'm definitely gonna be doing that here. Obviously haven't set it up at all, but I'm going to be doing A to Z here. I'm gonna do A to Z here and then out this way, I think. Now I'm having second thoughts. No, I still should do it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, so there's 2 left down here. All right, just move it over 1. Okay, okay. Oh my gosh, how many times can I say okay? I think this is what I did last time. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Oh, see, that's why I did that. I'm gonna move these down a little bit, and these, bring this one up a little bit, bring this one up a little bit. All right, so B, X, Y, Z. Do that. This one for sure has to be moved up. H. That doesn't have to move up that much. H, I, J, K, L, P, Q, R, S, T. Yes, and then we'll move this one, last one, move it up ever so slightly. X, oops, U, V, W, X. No, that's too high. Oh my gosh. In between. V, W, X, Y, Z. Does that look even? Can you even see that? Kind of. Okay. Full send. Okay. A, B, C. Do y'all ever circle then put the letter in? I feel like that's what I should have done, but that's okay. Because now I feel like the circle is way big. Woohoo! You didn't see any of that. Yay! Ta-da! I really liked the rainbow I did last year, so I think I'm literally just gonna do a flat out rainbow. So let's do that. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Wait, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I don't want to do that. So let's randomize after this. Should I have let this dry a little bit? Yeah, maybe. But just don't have time for that. And it shows. Okay, so now we're gonna reverse it. I didn't see this through. The green is gonna be the same. Let's switch them. Who cares, you know? Who freaking cares? It's also my initial, so I'm not gonna do my initial not in the way I want it. All right, that looks good so far. Let's start here with the red, orange, and lastly, pink is here. Oh, it's not gonna be all of them. All right, so now it's just like the colors I want to use. Perfect. Love it. And honestly, last year's A through Z was like a kaleidoscope of color, and I loved it, and I think I'm just gonna do that again. So let's say this is center. Z. Sure. Don't love that Z, but I'm actually gonna outline it first so I know where to stop. Did I make it worse or better? Kind of both, that's fine. All of the orange you're getting out of me. It's my least favorite color. No offense at all if it's your favorite color. I totally get it. However, I've been trained to not like it for sports purposes, so that's why. And I understand how that sounds, but that's how I was raised, baby. Especially because my favorite color is blue. I hate those colors together, but I'm doing it for the sake of my journal. And that's how you know I love journaling. Lastly, it's just the pink. Yay! Oh my gosh, I love it. Perfect. Without further ado, here is at least most of the book part of my journal. First is books read Q1. There will be, I'll print out with my HB Sprocket 4x4. I don't even actually know what this size is, sorry. Books read Q1. Books read Q2. This again is just the second half of the 6 months, so that's why that's there. Book numbers, so literally the number of books I read. Every time I finish a book, I'll color it in with either physical, ebook, or audio, depending on how I read it. And then at the end of June, I will count up all of these and we will look at the total. This is gonna be the 13 TBR, but we'll come back to that because I actually don't have my TBR yet, which is crazy, but I'll show it to y'all when it's ready. This is books per month. So each month I'll put in the number of books here, all tracked by Goodreads and Storygraph, and also just my Instagram. So I'll put that here. This will be my book bingo. On this side, it's my favorite book of the month printed out. And on this side, it'll go in with each month, January, February, March, April, May, June. And then between those two, I'll pick a winner and so on and so on. And then out of these three, I'll pick my favorite for the 6 months. And that is what's gonna go up against July to December. Then this one's my A to Z tracker. So as I read books that start with those letters, now I will say some of this is gonna be, some of them are harder than others, like X and U is hard and Z is hard. So if it's in the title or somewhere along the lines, maybe even the author, I'll accept it. But I understand that's not everyone, but I am, willing to settle for those things. And that's it. And that was part 2 of setting up my 2026 Hobonichi journal. Hope you enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. Honestly, I said it in there, but some of these ideas I wouldn't have thought of if I was just doing this by myself while watching YouTube. I was thinking out loud, talking to y'all, and that's how I came up with some of the ideas. So I'm actually really excited for that, and I just want to thank you for watching and making me think outside the box. Yeah, so if you like this video, make sure to give it a like. If you want to follow along for more, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Go ahead and subscribe now if you're not already. There's going to be a couple more parts for sure for getting ready for my 2026 journal. I know for sure at least one more part, if not two, so stick around for that. It just kind of depends what I can do each time I set up to record, because that is when I actually like do this. I'm not doing it on the side just because, again, my ideas come to me better when I'm doing this. So I'll still be planning things out, but as far as like actually sitting down and doing it, I do still have like all my sticker colors to set up. I have some more book stuff and then a couple other things I haven't finished for just my general tracking. And then of course I will be putting stickers on this eventually. So that'll be its own video in itself, probably a short one, like probably a shorts, but I haven't bit the bullet and committed to which stickers are going on here yet. And then after that, I'll also put my cover on it. It's a clear cover that I got from Oblation Papers when I ordered this, just because I knew I wanted a clear cover, because, can you tell? It's already getting dirty. And I'm so sad. So with the clear cover, that's a huge help, but I have to put my stickers on first. So hopefully that'll be soon, but yeah, stick around for more. Hope you have a great rest of your day, night, whatever time it is you're watching, and wherever you are, have fun. Bye.